Hi students, here is a explanation of the latest thing we're talking about, páginas. Um, if you look at this handout right here, you're going to see where you put your name right here, nombre and periodo, and then the title is páginas. Páginas means page. If you're looking at the first paragraph, it says total de páginas de tu cuaderno para entregar cada trimestre, 25. Valor, 100 puntos. Mínimo de 15 páginas escritas en tu cuaderno. Opción de hacer cosas fuera de clase. Crédito extra posible. Okay, so the idea of páginas really is puntos. You're getting a certain number of points for next quarter. And that's the third quarter. So within the third quarter, you want to earn 25 points. 15 of those points have to be one full page written in your cuaderno. And I'll give you an example of what that looks like. There's a full page, and in this case, I wrote the song La Bamba. I just transcribed the lyrics here. And then here's an example of another song called La Camisa Negra, and you can see how I put different little drawings to help me figure out what some words meant that I didn't know. Okay, and this song has to be a little bit longer, so it takes up a little bit more of the page. And then for the next project, I would just put a line here and start right there. Okay, so there are many things you can do to fill up your notebook, and I want, again, it's 25 points, even though it says pages. 15 of those points have to be written down. Okay, so those could be class notes, that could be vocabulary, that could be verbs. And so if you're looking along, what I'm looking at here, it says apuntes de clase, notes from class. Vocabulario, verbos. Cuentos, if you got a little story to tell. Letras de canciones en español, so that would be song lyrics. Dibujos con palabras. If you're kind of a person that likes to draw, so maybe you draw a picture of something and then the Spanish word that goes next to it. That would be a way of filling up a page with useful vocabulary. Okay, so that's the part that's required, the 15 written pages. Now, the other 10 can be a combination of written, or it could be a combination of written and other activities that you do. It could be all written, it could be all activities. It's up to you. I don't really care about that part. Once I get the 15 written pages, then you can decide however you want to split up your effort. Okay, so next we have cosas para hacer fuera de la clase. That would be things you're going to do outside of class to fill up this journal. And I want you to talk about what, when, where, when, and what, where, when, and why. So here's some examples. You can see escuchar música en español. So if you like to listen to music in Spanish, you might say escucho maná. Who else is a good Spanish music? Julio Iglesias. He would be another person. Juanes. Okay, so those are three people that are very popular Spanish singers. Leer libros, revistas, periódicos. So books, magazines, newspapers. Conversaciones con otros estudiantes. You could have conversations with other students. And I want to know when and for how long. So something like that would be, we've got a 9-week quarter. We're talking like 10-15 minutes a day. You can have a conversation with another student. That'd be sufficient to fill up that section. Mirar televisión en español. That'd be another one where, you know, get involved in a regular program or watching the news. Cambiar mi teléfono al español. If you look at my telephone, I just changed today my telephone to Spanish. So instead of messages, it says mensajes. And that's an interesting way of you're navigating for real in real life. Another one is if you have a bank card, cambiar mi cajero automático. That's your ATM to Spanish. So when it asks you, do you want to pay in Spanish, or maybe at Walmart, that'd be another way to do it. Next, mandar textos en español. Ver una película en español. So if there's a bunch of cool movies if you want recommendations. Most Spanish movies have content that'd be inappropriate for class, but you know, maybe if you talk to your parents, you could say, hey, can I watch this? It's rated PG-13 or rated R or whatever, and maybe they can give you permission. Visitar al señor Lucas para conversar en español durante almuerzo. So maybe you want to come by and have a chat with me during lunch, or you could bring 3 or 4 students and we could talk during lunch. Tuesday, for example, would be a great day to do that. Estudiar la cultura. So if you want to study culture, maybe do some kind of, I don't know, a video, YouTube video, something like that. Hablar con nativo hablantes, if you'd like to speak to a native speaker. Jugar en la computadora, videojuegos en español. There are video games that are written, programmed, and done in Spanish, so that might be one fun thing to do. Jugar un deporte completamente en español. So play a sport in Spanish. Good way to do that. Most weekends there's somebody outside playing soccer, and there's a good chance you can find people who speak Spanish doing that. Good way to get to know people. Inventar una actividad para la clase y presentarla. So invent an activity and present it to the class. And then the last three spaces are your idea. And if you look toward the right, it tells you the value of each activity. The only one here that's valued at 2 points or 2 pages is to speak with native speakers. And if you can do a conversation like 10, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour a day for the next 9 weeks, maybe Monday through Friday, you are golden. Your Spanish is going to increase like by leaps and bounds, let me tell you. There is extra credit possible. If you look down here, you'd have to write all the 25 pages plus do 10 extra options. So that's for those of you who are crazy and really want to do a lot more. Then at the bottom you're going to sign, and that's just telling me that what you wrote here was correct and true to the best of your knowledge. Okay, and that's pretty much how those pages are going to work. At the end of the next quarter, that's when I'll collect this information. And thanks very much.